Fung. Have you ever found yourself questioning why your kidney function seems to be declining despite your commitment to eating healthy fruits on a daily basis? You wake up each morning believing that reaching for an orange or a banana is a positive step for your well being. But what if I were to reveal that the very fruits you've placed your trust in could be quietly pushing your kidneys toward failure without you even realizing it? Every single year, millions of individuals receive the news that their creatinine levels are slightly elevated, completely unaware that by the time those numbers begin to climb, nearly half of their kidney function has already been lost, and the damage that has occurred is frequently irreversible. This isn't merely a conversation about diet, it's about a hidden and insidious danger that lurks within the produce aisle. The vast majority of doctors never mention the mineral overload that exists inside certain fruits, a phenomenon that transforms what should be healthy eating into a slow, silent, and escalating threat. Consider this. The same banana that is widely praised for its potassium content, which is beneficial for heart function, can actually trigger dangerous heart arrhythmias and contribute to fluid overload in someone whose kidneys are already operating at a reduced capacity. And the most terrifying aspect of all is that you won't feel a single symptom until it's almost too late to intervene effectively. But here's the encouraging news that changes everything. There are specific fruits that do the complete opposite. Nature, in its wisdom, has provided us with four simple, readily available, and remarkably powerful options that can actively work to lower creatinine levels, naturally reduce systemic inflammation, and even assist your kidneys in recovering some of their filtering power, provided you understand how to use them correctly. So, I urge you to stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to unveil the four scientifically validated fruits that can protect your kidneys, alongside the ones that may be silently undermining your health, even when the packaging or the label proudly declares them to be healthy. My name is Dr. Jason Fung, and if you genuinely care about keeping your kidneys strong and functional for the rest of your life, this is the one video you simply cannot afford to skip. You see, the prevailing misconception is that kidney failure is a sudden catastrophic event, that one morning you'll just wake up and your lab numbers will be alarmingly bad. However, the sobering reality is that this process has been building quietly and insidiously for years. Creatinine doesn't just appear out of thin air, it is the smoke signal, the visible warning of an internal fire that has been smoldering slowly within your body. With every single heartbeat, every meal you consume, and every sip of water you take, your kidneys are diligently filtering, working around the clock without rest to keep you alive. Now, I want you to imagine your kidneys as two coffee filters. When they are brand new, water flows through them easily, producing a clear, pure, and effortless result. But as they become clogged with debris over time, residue begins to build up, and that residue is creatinine. In the beginning, you feel perfectly fine. There's no pain, no obvious warning signs, nothing to alert you. Yet, deep inside, the microscopic filters known as nephrons are dying off, one by one, in a silent and progressive decline. By the time your creatinine level rises enough to capture a doctor's attention, you've already lost nearly half of your kidney function, half of your body's natural filtration power, and it's gone forever. That's why creatinine isn't just a random lab number. It's a message, a cry for help from your kidneys. According to data from the National Kidney Foundation, over 40 million Americans are currently living with chronic kidney disease, and alarmingly, nearly 80% of them don't even know they have it. They continue to live their normal lives, completely unaware that each passing day is adding another invisible burden to their already stressed kidneys. And here's the truly shocking part. It's not always about aging or the side effects of medication. Sometimes, the danger is hiding in plain sight, lurking behind the very habits we believe to be healthy. Think about it deeply. You could be eating fruits, exercising regularly, staying well hydrated, and doing everything you believe is right, and still be quietly and progressively damaging your kidneys. This is because certain foods that seem completely harmless can overload your system with potassium, phosphorus, and sugar far beyond what weakened kidneys can safely process. That's the real paradox, a situation where good intentions meet the hidden and unforgiving laws of science. But knowing this alone won't save your kidneys, because there's another silent factor hidden in everyday fruits that quietly accelerates kidney decline, and most people have absolutely no clue it's even happening. Most of us grew up with the deeply ingrained belief that fruit is the ultimate symbol of health, nature's candy, so to speak. Bright colors, essential vitamins, natural hydration. What could possibly go wrong with that picture? But here's where the story takes a dramatic turn. For someone with declining kidney function, not all fruits are created equal. In fact, some of the most common and seemingly healthy fruits can quietly overload your kidneys with minerals they can no longer clear from your system. Let me paint a picture of what I see in my clinic almost every single week. A patient walks in, looking confused and deeply frustrated. They say, "Doctor, I eat so clean. I don't smoke, I don't drink, and I have fruit every single morning. Why is my creatinine still going up?" They genuinely believe they're doing everything right, until we take a deeper, more critical look at their daily habits. Their typical breakfast consists of two bananas, a large glass of orange juice, and maybe a handful of melon on the side. Sounds incredibly healthy, doesn't it? Yet, in a body with weakened filtration, that single meal can push potassium levels to a dangerously high threshold. Potassium is absolutely essential when your kidneys are healthy. It keeps your heart rhythm steady, your nerves firing properly, and your muscles moving smoothly. But when kidney function drops, potassium transforms into a silent and deadly threat. Excess potassium remains in the bloodstream like an electrical storm waiting to strike. One spike, one heartbeat that's just a little too strong, and it can trigger life threatening arrhythmias. Studies have shown that in advanced kidney disease, even a single high potassium fruit can elevate risk within hours. And it's not just potassium that poses a problem. Phosphorus and natural sugars, which are found in many fruits, even the ones labeled as heart healthy, add another layer of hidden stress. High phosphorus levels encourage calcium to deposit in your arteries, turning what should be flexible, resilient vessels into brittle, inflexible pipes. Meanwhile, fructose, the natural sugar found in fruit, fuels inflammation and oxidative stress directly inside kidney tissue. One study published in the journal Diabetes Care found that people with kidney disease who consumed high sugar fruits had a 28% faster decline in kidney filtration compared to those who chose lower sugar options. It's a cruel and ironic twist. The very foods that are marketed as healing can, in the wrong context, accelerate decline. That's precisely why awareness matters so much. Because once you understand which fruits help and which ones harm, you can literally change the course of your kidney health during a single trip to the grocery store. But hold on, because this is where the narrative becomes even more interesting. While some fruits quietly drain your kidneys, others do the exact opposite. The next few might surprise you, especially the last one, which could hold the key to lowering creatinine naturally. So, stay with me, because this is where the true healing begins. Now that you have a clearer understanding of the silent danger hidden within so called healthy fruits, let's flip the script entirely. Because not all fruits are the enemy. In fact, four specific fruits have been scientifically proven to protect your kidneys, lower inflammation, and even help stabilize creatinine levels naturally. They don't just avoid causing harm, they actively help your kidneys heal. And the first one is sitting right there in almost every kitchen, often overlooked because it's just so ordinary. Let's start with apples. Simple, familiar. Humble apples, the fruit most people overlook because it seems too ordinary to be powerful. But when it comes to kidney protection, apples are nothing short of extraordinary. Unlike high potassium fruits, one medium apple contains only about 195 milligrams of potassium, which is low enough to be safe even for people with stage 3 or 4 chronic kidney disease. Yet, that's just the beginning of its benefits. Inside every apple peel hides a secret weapon called pectin, a soluble fiber that acts like a magnet for toxins and phosphorus in your intestines. Instead of forcing your already stressed kidneys to filter all that waste, pectin binds to it and carries it out through your stool. It's like giving your kidneys a backup filtration system, a secondary route for waste elimination. In a study published in the American Journal of Kidney Diseases, participants who consumed 20 to 30 grams of fruit fiber daily had 23% better phosphorus control compared to those on low fiber diets. That's a real, measurable difference, and it's all thanks to fiber. But fiber isn't the only hero in this story. Apple skins are also rich in quercetin and chlorogenic acid, powerful antioxidants that target the same inflammatory pathways that scar kidney tissue. Research from free radical biology and medicine found that apple polyphenols reduced inflammatory markers by up to 30% in people experiencing kidney stress. The key, however, is in the skin. Peel it off, and you lose almost all of that protective benefit. And here's something even more fascinating. Apples have a naturally low glycemic index, around 35 to 45, which means they release sugar slowly into your bloodstream without causing those sharp, damaging glucose spikes that can harm kidney blood vessels. For anyone managing diabetes related kidney disease, this is an absolute goldmine. A study following 14,000 adults over 8 years found that those who ate one apple a day had a 16% lower risk of developing chronic kidney disease. The more consistent the habit, the stronger the protection. So, if you're looking for a simple, sustainable daily ritual, make it this: one apple with the peel every single day. Morning or evening, it doesn't matter. Consistency is what truly counts. Think of it as your kidney's daily insurance policy. But don't go anywhere yet, because apples are just the beginning. The next fruit isn't just safe, it's a veritable powerhouse of protection. Tiny, deep blue, and packed with compounds so potent they can actually slow kidney aging at the cellular level. Let's talk about blueberries. Blueberries, small, beautiful, and deceptively powerful. They might look delicate, but hidden inside those deep blue skins lies one of nature's most potent kidney protectors. I often refer to them as the silent guardians of kidney health because their protective power works quietly and effectively deep inside your cells, precisely where inflammation and oxidative stress begin. Blueberries are incredibly low in potassium, with just about 60 milligrams per half cup serving, and their phosphorus content is almost negligible. That means they're safe even for people with advanced kidney disease. But safety is only half the story. What makes blueberries so exceptionally special is their high concentration of anthocyanins, the natural pigments that give them their distinctive color. These compounds act like highly trained bodyguards for your nephrons, protecting them from inflammation and oxidative stress, which are two of the biggest drivers of kidney decline. A groundbreaking study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that blueberry anthocyanins reduced kidney damaging inflammatory cytokines by up to 47% in just a few weeks of regular intake. That's not just nutrition, that's therapy straight from nature. And these anthocyanins don't just float around aimlessly in your bloodstream. They can actually cross the blood kidney barrier, directly reaching the kidney tissue that needs them most. Few antioxidants have this remarkable ability. Now, I remember one of my patients vividly, a retired teacher named Susan. She loved her morning smoothies, but was struggling with persistently rising creatinine levels. Instead of cutting fruits out of her diet completely, we simply swapped out her bananas and melons for half a cup of fresh or frozen blueberries 3 to 4 times a week. 6 months later, her kidney filtration rate had stabilized, with no further decline. She told me, "Doctor, I feel like my body finally stopped fighting itself." And that's exactly what blueberries do. They calm that internal storm. There's more. Blueberries also improve insulin sensitivity, which means they help control blood sugar, a key factor in preventing diabetic kidney damage. A nutrition research study found that regular blueberry consumers had 23% better long term blood sugar control compared to non consumers. And remember, stable blood sugar means less stress on your kidney's delicate blood vessels. Even your heart benefits from this small fruit. Blueberries naturally boost nitric oxide production, helping blood vessels relax and lowering blood pressure by 4 to 6 millimeters of mercury. These may seem like small numbers, but they add up to big protection over time. For every 2-point drop in systolic pressure, kidney disease progression risk decreases by about 7%. The best part is, you don't need fancy expensive supplements or powders. Fresh or frozen, they both work effectively. Freezing doesn't destroy the anthocyanins. Just half a cup, 3 to 5 times a week, added to your yogurt, oatmeal, or eaten on their own, can make a world of difference. And if you think blueberries are impressive, wait until you hear about the next one. A fruit that doesn't just protect your kidneys, but can actually repair damaged kidney cells by switching on your body's natural healing genes. Few people know this secret, but it's hidden in the deep red skin of one powerful fruit. Red grapes, elegant, sweet, and far more powerful than most people realize. They're not just good for your heart. They may hold one of the most overlooked secrets to kidney recovery. Inside their thin red or purple skins lives a compound called resveratrol, the same one that made red wine famous for its heart protective effects. But here's what most people don't know. Resveratrol doesn't just protect your arteries, it helps your kidneys heal at the cellular level. When your kidneys are under attack from high blood pressure, diabetes, or chronic inflammation, certain genes inside your cells go into a defensive mode. Resveratrol turns on a group of proteins called sirtuins, specifically one known as SIRT1, which helps your kidney cells repair DNA damage, reduce inflammation, and restore balance. Think of it as flipping your body's internal self-repair switch. Research published in Kidney International found that people with chronic kidney disease who consumed resveratrol equivalent to eating a small serving of red grapes daily improved their kidney function by an impressive 20% within 6 months. That's not a small, insignificant improvement. It's a reversal in a condition that most doctors consider to be progressive and irreversible. But grapes do even more. Their polyphenols protect your blood vessels. And that's crucial because your kidneys are basically networks of microscopic blood vessels that filter waste. When those tiny vessels become stiff or damaged, filtration collapses. Grapes help keep them flexible and strong, improving circulation and supporting hydration naturally. After all, grapes are about 84% water, making them a gentle, effective way to help your body flush out toxins without overloading your system. Still, there's a catch, and it's important to understand. Grapes contain natural sugar, mainly glucose and fructose. Too much, and you can spike your blood sugar and fuel more kidney stress. That's why portion size matters so much. A small handful, about 10 to 20 grapes, 2 to 3 times a week, is enough to get therapeutic levels of resveratrol and antioxidants without the sugar overload. And always eat them with the skin on. That's where the magic lives. The darker the grape, the more powerful the protection. Deep purple or crimson varieties can contain up to 5 times more resveratrol than green grapes. I often tell my patients, color equals chemistry. The richer the color, the richer the defense. So, the next time you crave something sweet, skip the processed snacks and reach for a small bunch of red or purple grapes. You'll be giving your kidneys a dose of rejuvenation, not punishment. But we're not done yet, because the final fruit in this healing lineup might be the most surprising of them all. It's tropical, golden, and often misunderstood. Yet, its unique enzyme can break down inflammation and help lower creatinine levels naturally. Let's talk about the healing power of pineapple. Pineapple, bright, tropical, and refreshing. Most people see it as a guilty pleasure, something you enjoy on vacation or in a smoothie. But what if I told you that pineapple might be one of the most kidney-friendly fruits on Earth? Among all tropical fruits, it stands out for 3 compelling reasons. It's low in potassium, packed with healing enzymes, and acts as a gentle, natural diuretic that helps your body flush out waste without stressing your kidneys. 1 cup of fresh pineapple contains only about 150 milligrams of potassium, which is less than half of what you would get from a single banana. That makes it a safe, hydrating choice even for people whose kidneys can't process minerals efficiently. But the real power of pineapple comes from a unique enzyme called bromelain. This compound, found mostly in the fruit's core, has remarkable anti inflammatory and anti edema properties. It literally helps dissolve the proteins and inflammatory debris that can clog kidney tissue, giving your body a chance to heal from within. A study in Biotechnology Research International showed that bromelain supplementation reduced inflammatory markers linked to kidney disease by up to 45% while improving kidney function overall. Unlike medications that can strain your kidneys while trying to fix them, bromelain works synergistically with your body, gently breaking down the buildup that drives scarring and filtration loss. When inflammation calms down, your kidneys finally get room to breathe again. And here's something even more fascinating. Pineapple's natural vitamin C content, about 75 milligrams per cup, provides powerful antioxidant armor that neutralizes the free radicals that damage kidney cells. Together, bromelain and vitamin C form a dynamic duo. One clears the battlefield, the other shields the cells from future attacks. There's also its natural diuretic effect. Pineapple encourages a healthy, balanced urine flow, helping to eliminate toxins and excess fluids without the harsh side effects of pharmaceutical diuretics. You'll notice less swelling, less bloating, and often more consistent energy because your kidneys are no longer fighting against built up waste. Just remember, fresh pineapple is absolutely key. The bromelain enzyme is destroyed during canning or pasteurization. So, if you want the full therapeutic benefit, you need to slice it yourself and include a bit of the fibrous core, where bromelain is most concentrated. Half to 1 cup, 2 or 3 times per week, is more than enough to support recovery. So, the next time you're craving something sweet and refreshing, skip the syrupy canned fruit. Reach for a bowl of fresh pineapple instead. It tastes like summer, but works like medicine. And while these four fruits, apples, blueberries, red grapes, and pineapple, can truly transform kidney health, there's still one more thing you need to know. Because choosing the right fruits is only half the battle. Knowing how to combine them, rotate them, and make them part of a kidney safe lifestyle is what makes the real, lasting difference. Let's bring it all together now. Now that you know the four fruits that can protect and even help restore kidney function, let's talk about how to use them the right way. Because it's not just what you eat, it's how consistently you do it that determines whether your kidneys stay stable or continue to decline. The truth is, small daily habits can be more powerful than any medication when they're built with intention. Here's a simple system I give to my own patients, a weekly rotation that keeps things fresh, balanced, and sustainable. Mondays and Thursdays are your apple days. One medium apple with the peel, eaten slowly, ideally with a meal. Tuesdays and Fridays are blueberry days. Half a cup, fresh or frozen, stirred into yogurt or oatmeal. Wednesdays, go for red or purple grapes, 15 to 20 pieces, always with the skin, preferably during lunch when blood sugar spikes are less pronounced. And on weekends, treat yourself to fresh pineapple, half to 1 cup, chilled and ideally eaten raw to preserve its bromelain enzymes. By following this rotation, you give your kidneys a variety of antioxidants, fibers, and anti inflammatory compounds without overwhelming them. You're not flooding your system, you're feeding it rhythmically, just like the body was designed to heal. And if you want to take it a step further, prepare everything in advance. Wash and slice your apples, storing them in lemon water to prevent browning. Portion your blueberries into small, grab and go containers so they're always ready. Cut fresh pineapple and store it in airtight jars that will last for about 3 days in the fridge. These tiny acts of preparation are what turn good intentions into real, tangible results. One of my patients, Mark, once told me, Doctor, I used to think healing meant doing everything perfectly. Now I just do the right thing every day, even if it's small. 3 months later, his creatinine had dropped from 1.9 to 1.5. His energy was back, and he'd finally slept through the night without experiencing swelling in his legs. That's the power of consistency. And it all starts with understanding what truly supports your kidneys. So, as you plan your meals this week, remember this. Protecting your kidneys doesn't mean avoiding everything you love. It means being strategic. Choose the fruits that give more than they take, because with the right choices, your kidneys can stop declining and start recovering. And we're almost there, because in a moment, I'll show you how these fruits fit into a complete kidney-safe lifestyle, one that not only stabilizes creatinine, but could save you from the need for dialysis in the future. This final part might just be the most important message of all. So, please stay with me until the very end. When it comes to protecting your kidneys, remember this: food alone isn't the full story. These fruits are powerful tools, but they work best as part of a complete lifestyle designed to take pressure off your kidneys every single day. That means controlling your sodium intake, moderating your protein consumption, staying adequately hydrated without flooding your system, and managing your blood sugar levels. Because every single one of these habits directly influences how well your kidneys can filter waste. Think of it like this: your kidneys are two tireless workers, cleaning up the mess your body makes every second of every day. When you overload them with salt, sugar, or processed protein, you're dumping twice the work on the same two people and then wondering why they're exhausted. But when you start supporting them with the right foods, enough rest, and steady hydration, those same kidneys can perform miracles. They can recover, stabilize, and sometimes even regenerate function you thought was gone forever. And here's what most people don't realize: kidney disease isn't a sudden failure, it's a slow erosion of balance. The foods you eat, the stress you carry, the sleep you skip, they all add up. But so do the right choices. Every apple, every handful of blueberries, every cup of fresh pineapple is a quiet investment in your future, a message to your body that says, I'm on your side. Now, if you're already living with early stage kidney disease, or you've been told that your creatinine is creeping higher, please don't panic, because understanding this information means you now hold the power to change your outcome. You can slow, stop, or even reverse the decline with small, steady, daily actions. So, here's your mission. Start with the four fruits: apples, blueberries, red grapes, and pineapple. Rotate them, stay consistent, and track how your body responds. Watch your swelling, your energy levels, your lab numbers. Healing doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen when you give your kidneys what they've been asking for all along: rest, relief, and real, genuine nourishment. And now, as we move into the final part of this video, I want you to listen closely, because the truth you're about to hear might change how you look at every single piece of food you eat from this day forward. What I'm about to share could be the difference between maintaining your freedom or living attached to a dialysis machine. Stay with me, because this is the part most people never get to hear in time. If you've made it this far, it means you truly care about your health, and that already sets you apart from the majority. Because most people wait until their kidneys fail before they start fighting back. But you're choosing to act before it's too late. And that's the difference between merely surviving and truly living. The truth is, your kidneys aren't fragile. They're remarkably resilient. They've carried you through years of stress, dehydration, medications, late nights, and poor food choices. And yet, they're still trying to protect you. They just need you to meet them halfway. Every time you choose clean water over soda, an apple over chips, a handful of blueberries over dessert, you're giving your kidneys the break they've been begging for. Healing doesn't happen through perfection. It happens through consistency. So, here's my challenge for you. Start your 7-day kidney reset for just 1 week. Rotate the four fruits: apples, blueberries, red grapes, and pineapple, and see how your body responds. Take note of your energy, your focus, even your mood. You'll be amazed how quickly your body begins to thank you when you start listening to it. And if this video opened your eyes or gave you hope, please don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs it, because chances are someone you know is already walking around with elevated creatinine and doesn't even realize it. You could be the reason they change their future. If you found value here, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell, because I release new videos every week that help you take charge of your health naturally and scientifically. Remember, kidney health isn't just about avoiding failure, it's about reclaiming your freedom. Every small choice, every mindful bite, every act of care brings you closer to a life where your body works with you, not against you,